What's up, folks? It's your buddy Fatalroadie. Today we're doing a Raw recap. We started off with Triple H coming out to the ring. He's shortly followed by Seth Rollins. Once in the ring, they shake hands. Rollins talks up his hometown and then talks about his WrestleMania match and bringing the title back to Raw. Triple H rehashes Rollins' words about WrestleMania and says that there are going to be 2 triple threat matches tonight, and the winner of those matches will be facing each other in the main event tonight to face Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. Samoa Joe then comes out. He says he'll be taking the Universal title. Rey Mysterio comes out, says the same thing. Drew McIntyre comes out. Guess what he has to say? The Miz, Baron Corbin, AJ Styles come out. All of them say the exact same thing. They all want the Universal title. We then go to our first match, the first of 2 triple threat matches. Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles versus Rey Mysterio. This was a pretty good match. There was a lot of near falls. It was a pretty good mix of the speed of Rey Mysterio, the technical ability of AJ Styles, and the power of Samoa Joe. Mysterio hit the 619 on Samoa Joe. He went for the dime but was caught by AJ Styles, who hit the Styles Clash with Mysterio onto Samoa Joe. Styles pinned Samoa Joe to move on to the main event. We then have Naomi versus Billie Kay. The Australian Bella Twins come out. You know what that means. I will say, however, the match was greatly improved with the sound off. That being said, it was a very quick match. Naomi got the roll-up on Billie Kay for the win. We then have our second triple threat match. The Miz versus Drew McIntyre versus Baron Corbin. McIntyre and Corbin team up on The Miz, but Baron was the first one to turn with a right to McIntyre. Corbin ended up paying for it a little bit later. Now that we actually have a proper triple threat match, it was actually pretty good. Drew McIntyre hit the Claymore kick on The Miz, but as he was trying to go for the pin, Baron Corbin threw him out of the ring, covering The Miz and moving on to the main event. We then have Sami Zayn coming out.
Bruh.
Yay. He runs his mouth, runs down the crowd, shows everybody a bunch of vacation pictures. He says the problem with the WWE is the crowd, and tells the WWE Universe to go to hell. Thank you, Sami Zayn, for wasting a shitload of time. We then have our next match, Cedric Alexander versus Cesaro. I'm not sure if this actually means that Sheamus is going to be back on Raw. I don't know. We'll have to see for that one. All that aside, it was a pretty decent match. I haven't seen Cedric Alexander on the main roster for quite a while, except for pay-per-views. Alexander jumped off the top rope, but ended up eating an uppercut from Cesaro, who quickly pins him to win. And after public backlash over the abomination of the name The Viking Experience, they've changed the name to the Viking Raiders.
What?
I seriously don't understand why they can't just call them the War Raiders. I know someone said something about, oh, they can't be chanting war or can't have anything war on TV. Really? Seriously? I mean, we've seen worse shit on TV before. Anyways, we now have the Viking Raiders versus the Lucha House Party. Before this match even started, the Viking Raiders attacked the Lucha House Party, beating the crap out of them, and apparently their finisher is now called the Viking Experience.
What the fuck?
Then we have Becky Lynch coming out. She talks about her upcoming opponent at Money in the Bank, Lacey Evans. She says that Evans is nothing but another Charlotte Flair. Evans then comes out and says she'll beat Becky Lynch at Money in the Bank, blah, blah, blah. We've all heard this shit before. Which brings us to our next match, Becky Lynch versus Alicia Fox. It's good to see Alicia Fox back after a while for her being out, but this was kind of an match. It wasn't really much to it. Becky Lynch wins with the disarmor. After the match, Lacey Evans comes in and levels Lynch with 2 women's rights. With that being said, though, I would be interested in seeing this match with Lynch and Evans. We then have Ricochet versus Robert Roode, who's got the strong porn stash game going on. That being said, though, this was an match. I wasn't really too much into it. Roode won with the glorious DDT, and it looks like he's finally turning heel after all these years. With all the dollhouse and the goofy bird box going on, we finally know that Bray Wyatt is back with the Firefly Funhouse.
What the fuck?
I have absolutely no idea what the hell's going on with this one. We then come to our main event, AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. The winner will be facing Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. This was an okay match. I don't know. I mean, I'm giving it a lot of credit. Baron Corbin eats a phenomenal forearm from AJ Styles. Styles gets the pin. After the match, Seth Rollins comes out. They shake each other's hands as we end tonight's Raw. This was a little bit of a mixed bag for me because on one hand, it was like the new stories are starting to develop, so I'm giving it a lot of credit. But at the same time, some of the matches were just, I don't know, subpar. But I mean, I am giving a lot of credit and I'm giving them a bunch of leeway because, like I said, we're just starting new stories. So I'll say it was an average Raw. The whole opening part really could have been cut down because everybody and their mother comes walking out. I want a shot at the title. No, I want a shot at the title. No, I want a shot at the title. Okay, fine. We all know you want a shot at the title. Okay, get over it. But With that being said, let's see what SmackDown brings tomorrow. And that'll end it for this episode of Raw Recap. Leave a comment down below what you thought of tonight's Raw, what you thought of this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.